What do you have to have with ribs when you're at our house?
You gotta have beans.
Baked beans.
That's right.
Now, what happens if they're on the smoker?
There's smoked baked beans.
And
Even
they're
better.
really, really, really good.
That's right.
So what do you do? So we got about 4.5, 5 cups of beans. We want to make this process much simpler. So if you just started your baked beans from scratch, it'd take about 45 minutes in a 350-degree oven. We could do that, and we're thinking about doing that on the Dutch oven outside. But again, here comes the rain. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start it like this. We're gonna take 3 big old pieces of bacon, big old honking pieces of bacon. So we're gonna reserve our bacon fat at the bottom and our bacon as well for the recipe. We'll cook our bacon and cook it slow.
Even if I'm starving,
Are you starving?
Yes.
Let's see you starving like.
I don't like
That's
this.
pretty scary. So we're gonna render our fat out of here. Then we're gonna take some onion. I'll tell you what, Miss Farm, if you wanna go ahead and chop that up, go ahead and get our onion chopped. I like green and red peppers in my beans. You don't have to put them at all if you don't like them. But I like sweet peppers, I like that taste. I like to saute them with my onions in the bacon grease.
Do you mind if I use my chopper?
No,
I love my chopper.
just don't get them too tiny.
And a little pepper. About this much pepper?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. You gotta have some pepper.
And some red?
And some red.
How much? About
Oh, that smells so good.
good enough?
Doesn't that smell good?
It does smell delish. Right. What do you think?
You know, that looks about
Perfect.
right. Looks about right. Oh, the onions are getting you, aren't they?
I'm just crying because I'm happy.
Everything we're doing here is to expedite because you're starving.
I am starving.
We can't have you starving.
That's right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a hot pan. We've already cooked the beans a little bit, so they don't have that far to go. We're gonna saute the onions and the peppers together. Then we take our beans, put them back in here. Remember, already hot pan. Just get those nice and warm. We're gonna add our ingredients. Now, to me, when it comes to baked beans, you gotta have brown sugar, you gotta have a little Worcestershire sauce, and you gotta have, to me, just a little ground mustard seed. I love that in there. It gives it a base it's hard to explain, but it gives it that taste. All right, now look at that bacon. That's slow cooked bacon. We didn't get in any hurry. We're gonna come back
With those perfectly cut.
with these beautifully cut
Right.
peppers and onions
Right.
that Nikki meticulously
I did.
chopped
By hand.
Now, when I dump this out in here, the smell is what?
Amazing.
Little slice of heaven.
Yummy.
That's one thing we can't share with you. I wish we could on television. The smells that come out of this kitchen. Oh me, oh my. Now I'm gonna turn that up just a little bit. I had it real low on the bacon. So again, the whole thing that I'm trying to do here is expedite this process so you can eat sooner than later. Now my beans, I change them up every now and then, but one thing that stays the same is always the sorghum. Always the sorghum, always the brown sugar. With Worcestershire, you can put some ketchup, or you could put some of your favorite barbecue sauce. And we do that quite often too, so we kind of change it up as we go along. Now, the smell of onions and peppers cooking, it reminds me of
The fair.
the fair.
The fair. Going to the fair.
You think about the folks making their different
Oh,
sausages,
yeah.
and then they're putting this kind of stuff on it.
Do they cook it in bacon grease then? I wonder.
Oh, I bet they do. What do you think?
Looks good
So
to
far,
me.
so good?
I could eat those now.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dump our beans in here. All 4 or 5 cups of them. Now, you see what we got going on here. You see our flavors here. But there's one thing that's gonna be missing, and that is
Put it on the smoker.
smoke. You add some smoke rolling to this on our ribs that are almost done. Are you kidding me? Look at
Yummy.
that. Just look at
That
that.
looks good already.
Now, I tell you what, if you will dump the sorghum out for me,
Oh well.
to me, to get that old-fashioned taste that I remember as a kid, anytime any of the church ladies made beans,
Sorghum.
sorghum, and let's go some brown sugar.
You want all this?
Yeah, let's go. That's about a half a cup. Let's go more like a third.
Right.
Because we do already have sorghum in it, but you gotta have brown sugar. And Worcestershire sauce. Now,
You can eat those now. That looks pretty good.
you could. I mean, they're all cooked.
Delish.
The thing is, that extra little added smoke.
That's
Just
right.
for a half an hour that we're gonna put out there. Just adds so much. A little ground mustard, and I don't know, that's probably half a teaspoon. Then we're gonna put our bacon in there, Miss Ryan.
Just right on top. Hey now.
You gonna tear that up?
Yeah.
You
Just lay it on the top.
Yep, you two-handed person, you.
Should we try each one to make sure?
What do you think? Is that okay?
I don't know.
I think it's gonna be all right.
Hey, Kelly's stealing some.
Kelly,
Finger.
Kelly's in on the act. She saw us eating bacon and couldn't handle it.
Everybody needs a taste, so she need to make sure it's good too.
Bacon.
Yeah.
There's something about bacon. So now we know that our beans have already cooked. We've added the seasoning. We've already sauteed the vegetables. You notice I'm doing a lot of this to expedite the cooking process. I don't like sitting around waiting all day if I don't have to. So we attain the same end here, but we really did expedite things by sauteing those. Now let's
Ready?
take these out, put them open, see if we can find a spot. We'll see if we can put them on the top shelf. Let that smoke roll over top of them.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Yummy.
Our smoked beans. I'll try some of those.
Those look good too.
Ready?
I am.
Oops, piece of bacon.
Stop a big bite.
Here we go. Dig it?
Wow. Those are really good. Bacon's good.
Sorghum and the peppers.
Smoky too. I taste the
You
smoky.
gotta have the smoke. You gotta have the smoke. To me, that's about the perfect summertime dinner. You can make some coleslaw, whatever side you wanted. But we're gonna turn the lights out. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna eat like true human beings, being that this is our kitchen, this is not a set. And then we'll be back in just a little while.